guess who's gonna go down now? Big up to everyone that's locked in. Welcome everyone to Arsenal Hell Talk. Welcome to the first call-in show from Ruthless GOONER. We will get the link put in the chat very, very soon. Okay, we are just about to go through. We've got like 15 minutes left at the of the West Ham Wolves game, which I have been watching in very, very great detail. Hang on, let me just put the scoreline in quickly. There we go. Should be there now. Yeah, there we go. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Got a fair few comments in the building. Big up to everyone. Big up to Kawaja, Piero Hincapié back in trade for Arsenal today. An unexpected boost for the squad ahead of another huge week. Is that another player that's being risked again, Kawaja? Is that another one that's being pushed back through injury? Because I thought he went down with quite a serious was it a hamstring? I'm not quite sure. Come on, West Ham. Yeah. Oh, no. Listen, this is funny. This is just so funny right now. I'm watching the game on my second screen right now. And Wolves have absolutely capitulated, but I generally don't care. I'm just more happy with the fact that West Ham are actually winning. You know, they've actually played decent. Wolves have been threatening, but then as soon as that second goal come in, the Wolves have just fallen apart. And then that third goal is pretty much the icing on the cake now. Wolves are going to get West Ham are going to get the 3 points. Happy days. Big up, Gavin, mate. Hope you are good. Castellanos, yeah, two good goals. Although the third one was a bit scrappy. Not gonna lie, the third goal was quite scrappy. Big up Kawaja again, my Gavin. Smash the like, subscribe. Big up, guys. Yeah, we're going to try and do this show for about a couple of hours, 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending who we get on. And a few people have been notified to come on as well. So we're going to get the link in the chat very, very soon. Okay, straight after the Wolves West Ham game. Yeah, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a good one tonight. It's talk about Arsenal football. Literally anything goes. It's a no holds bar chat as far as I'm concerned. Oh, hang on, there's a chance here. Oh, Castellanos almost went for a hat trick. He scuffed his shot as well. Big up, Gavin. Hope it good. Big up, good USC, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. You're going down. 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 The only thing that would make this sweet, if anything that would make this season any better, even though his manager's an absolute knob, is if we do end up winning the league and Tottenham go down. I think that's the only thing that would really soften the blow of Arteta winning the league, is the fact Tottenham goes down as well. But remember that, guys, if Tottenham do go down, we're not guaranteed 6 more points next season. But the pest control has been dealt with. So, yeah. Yeah, as I said, mate, imagine we actually win the title and Spurs go down. That would be funny. Handicap is about to be handicapped. Oh, you mean Hincapié, you mean? I hope not. I absolutely bloody hope not. I really do hope not. It'll be absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy if that ends up happening. Just over 10 minutes to go in this game right now, so it's 3-0. It's a good game, actually. Has been end-to-end on a couple of occasions. West Ham now just need to hold their own now. They've got about 10 minutes left. Just need to hold their own now. Predicted West Ham to win 3-1. I had West Ham winning 1-0. I thought it'd be very, very tight, very cagey. No one's going to let anything go. But tell you what, they've actually done really well, and they've took their chance as well. Trying to find a way through here. No, cross into the box. Fuck me, that was terrible. Absolutely godforsakenly terrible. Right, okay, where is this? Copy the link. Right, there we go, guys. All sorted. Right, there we go, mate. The Streamyard link is in the chat. So if you want to come on and have your say, you are more than welcome to. Obviously, make sure you got your mic, make sure you got your camera on, make sure that you're make sure that you're polite and you are make sure you're polite and make sure you are civilized. Okay. As I said, if you want to jump on, more than welcome to. Come on, West Ham, just hang on there. Oh, make a counter here. Bowen's done them here. Bowen again. Needs to whip this one in. Oh, he's ran out of play. It's a goal kick. A goal kick. Yeah, Castells has now gone off. He's actually performed really well. Got a brace as well. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Yeah, just seeing the goals now. The term, it's a bit of a scrappy shot for the third one, but it came off the post. Very, very eager to. Very eager to. Balls whipped in. And, oh, it's in. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. Mavropanos has scored a brace. The ex-Arsenal player has just, it's just made it 4-0. So the cross has come whipped in. It's come heading off a Wolves player. Mavropanos on the back end just absolutely half volleys it. Great strike. Really good strike. Wolves are being absolutely dismantled right now. They're being dismantled. So look at it again. So the corner's come whipping in now. Corner's whipped in. Flicked on. And it's a little bit of holding going on, but Mavropanos is aware where the ball's going. He just slices. He just goes in for like a half volley. Yeah, hits it on the volley. Great goal. Great goal. Look who's joined me. Look who's joined me. What's going on here? There we go. Johnny, my man. Long time no see. How are you doing, my friend?
What's going on, Carl?
How we doing, man? How we doing?
Another day in paradise. Another day in paradise.
Well, at least we're in some sort of level of paradise because West Ham are winning and Tottenham are somewhere down there.
Oh, I hope that pile of shit club gets fucking relegated.
Oh, they should do. They should do. I know West Ham have got all the fight in the world. They haven't got the quality, but they show a lot of fight and a lot of determination to do so. Yeah, big up Gianni's in there as well. Mods, can we get Gianni's channel posted in the chat, please? That'll be grand. What do you want to talk about, bro? Because this we got Bournemouth tomorrow. Oh, hang on, there's a chance here. Oh my fucking god! West Ham have just missed it for 5-0. They just missed it.
Oh, they scored again. It's 4-0 now.
Yeah, Mavropanos has now scored a brace.
Mavropanos, for Jesus Christ!
The ex-Arsenal player has actually scored a brace.
The blind squirrels are finding nuts.
That's so true. That's so true, bro. That's so true. Let's have a look. Oh no, he went to chip the keeper. I don't know who the guy is that come on, but never mind. Oh, what a chance! That should have been 5-0 West Ham. That should have been 5-0 West Ham. We got Bournemouth tomorrow lunchtime. It's not going to be the easiest of games.
Nope.
You know, we get first chance to draw. I would say draw first blood, but you know, to have the league extended to a certain degree. What are your thoughts going into the Bournemouth game? Are you a little bit? Are you confident? Are you concerned? Are you a bit in between? What have you got?
I think it's a bit in between because this game could realistically, if you look at it from the positive side, could be the end-all decider for the league.
You
know, it's if we take care of business tomorrow and by some miracle Chelsea get a draw out of the game against City, I think the league is pretty much in the bag at this point, unless we do the greatest of all fuck ups,
which we've done it once already, 3 years ago.
3 years ago wouldn't be as bad as this. This would top 3 years ago for me if we fuck this up.
No, it'll be a royal screw up. But
yeah.
Obviously 3 years ago we had a 9-point lead with 8 games to go. This year we've got a 9-point lead with 7 games to go, even though City do have a game in hand at the same point.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about is that this season we've played not great. We've played pretty boring football. It's been drab. We've as I said to you previously, it's like trying to pull out a wisdom tooth. It's never easy on the eye, and then we make hard work of ourselves. I just want at least one game where we just, beat the living crap out of a team, like for say 3 or 4-0 in the first half, and then you can get to rest up. And then we're trying not to cause, distress on YouTube to make the stake of it. We just want our team to have good performances, but there are also times as well where you've got to start blowing these teams out. The Wolves game was a prime example. Yep. Yes, you're away from home, but and they're pretty much dead and buried now anyway, right? But you should have at least had the opportunity to go out there and actually knock the snot out then. Yep. Man City was able to do it, so why couldn't we? Sorry, big up Kawaja, big up bro. Hope you're good, mate. So it's gonna be. It just stresses me out, and please don't get me started on Odegaard because I keep seeing that replay of him knocking the passes backwards and forwards.
He's injured. He ain't playing. That's why we're rushing Eze back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We've rushed Eze back. We've rushed him freaking Hincapie back.
Yep. As
well, by the looks of it. It's just this. It's all like break glass in case of emergency when it comes to Arteta. But I don't know. It just concerns me moving forward that you're not going to be able to process with what we could potentially do over the next 2 years. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be an almighty struggle moving forward. Kwaja, big up my bro. Thank you for joining. First time on the channel. Hope you're good, mate. Bournemouth on tomorrow afternoon. What's your thoughts going into it?
I feel like we all know that Bournemouth haven't played a game, I think, for 4.5 weeks. First of all, big up Gianni. That's you back, mate. Big up Carl, first time on the show. Big up, welcome back, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up the chat. Good evening, everyone. But I think it's going to be a stinky win for us. I just feel like we might be on our way to a stinky win. I just feel like we might be, I don't know, maybe 2-0 up in the first half, and then they nick a goal. And then what Arteta will do will just park the bus, try and, sit back, then counter, try and get the third. If we don't get the third, then might as well just time waste, because we all know what we do. We love time wasting, don't we, Carl? So, yeah, I predicted it to be a 2-1 Arsenal win. I just feel like we're going to get 2 goals and then they will get a goal. So, listen, I just feel like this Bournemouth game's a must-win for us. I mean, 12 points clear. City drew their last game, so it's an opportunity for us to go 12 points clear. I mean, we've already gone out of two cups in the space of 13 days, for less than 2 weeks. And I'm just thinking to myself, how are we going to actually win a quadruple? That they were talking about this quadruple charge that they were talking about. And we've never done a quad in our history, so why are you going on about a quadruple when we've never done it in our history? And then after the quad, they were saying treble, but then the treble just went. Treble hopes over. And I'm like, come on, man. We ain't doing any treble, bro.
I wouldn't worry about the quadruple talk. I've already clipped up positive Dan as already is. He actually admitted on AFTV that he said they were going to win the quadruple early. Now, I thought he referenced early March. No, he said early, as in early in the season.
They were all saying it at the beginning of the season. That's why they're all fucking hiding.
It's crazy. Absolutely.
They all said it that we were going to do all this nonsense and everything else, brother. Now you got all these people out here acting like it's going to be a walk in the park if we end up getting Atletico in the semifinals for the fucking Champions League. Brother, Atletico is a completely... The funny thing is, 2 straight years back to back, we potentially are going to be running into the same situation in the Champions League where we beat a team in the league phase, and they've made a couple adjustments to how they play and a couple additions to the squad, and they're a completely different team now. If you go back, I actually watched, I think it was the first half against Atletico in the league phase. I went back and watched the game. They are such a completely different team now with Lookman on that left-hand side instead of that Nico Gonzalez that they had. Completely different freaking team. It's funny to like what Quadra was saying. They first said quadruple, then they said treble. You don't hear anybody talking about the double because they all know that we got lucky in that game against Sporting. Brother, if we play Atletico Madrid, if Atletico gets through and we play Atletico the same way we did against Sporting, they are going to mollywop our ass. Big up Static.
Yeah, they are. They will. Yeah, big up Static, mate. My mouse is having an absolute biblica here. There we go. There he is. Hey, Carl Panel. Big up, mate. Big up. My question to you is, who would you rather have in the semi-final? Because I mentioned this early on this afternoon when I did my review of the press conference, which again was another fucking load of shit. And that was, if we play Barcelona, we'll get played off the park. If we play Atletico Madrid, we'll get kicked off the park. So what's the lesser of two evils? Me personally, I would prefer to play Barca, and the only reason why is they play such a stupendous high line, and they have been caught out numerous amount of times.
See, the high line for me doesn't matter because City played the exact same high line that Barcelona played in the League Cup final and played us off the park. The thing with me is with Barca is Barcelona could play us off the park with no problem. The question is Barcelona a weak enough team for 20 minutes for us to get at them the way that we normally do against teams, where we show up the first 15, 20 minutes, put everything on the line going forward, and then we back off. If the problem with facing Atletico is going to make the onus on us to come forward. The same thing that you saw against Sporting Lisbon, the same thing that you saw against Southampton is going to be the exact same thing for what's it called? For us. They're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to sit back. They're going to make Arsenal play attacking football, which is why I don't like the fact that Eze is being rushed back, because if Eze picks up an injury, Zubamendi, Rice, and Odegaard ain't doing a fucking thing against that defense of Atletico. It ain't happening. It's not happening. And what worries me is if Southampton could rip us apart the way that they did on the counter, what does Atletico do?
It'll be the two dangerous teams either way we spin it. And if we somehow scam or get our way through that, it's either gonna be PSG or Bayern München on the other side of things. And I just kind of look at, if it is going to be, let's just say we do end up going through. It reminds me of, and you'll get the NFL reference, mate, regarding on my Patriots, where we sort of scammed our way through the postseason and we actually made it to the Super Bowl, but we end up getting absolutely blasted at the end. It kind of feels like if Arsenal somehow get to the Champions League final, it's not going to be pretty whoever we face at the other end of the scale. Because then you're going to have you're going to have all the rival fans turn around and go, oh yeah, whoever wins out of PSG Bayern Munich, for prime example, they'll probably go on and win the champion. They'll probably go on and win the final. Which is not out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, I am just having pushes. I don't know who you are, mate, but that's just weird. That's just weird.
Pause.
It's pause indeed. I would have to join, mate, but I finished my show, Adele. I'm sleepy now, so I stopped talking in the live chat, and I'm probably asleep. No worries, bro. No worries at all. Big up to Del Boy Gunner. Good to see him back. Doing his live streaming as always. And that. Kawaja, the Champions League 1-0 against Sporting. Dominic, the Christmas donkey, fucking scored the winner for us. So well done. He found the carrot. Sorry, Johnny. I don't take the piss out of a Christmas song, but it was too easy for me. what are your feelings going through for the reign of the Champions League? Do you reckon we could get through past Sporting and then get through past the Spanish giant, one of the two Spanish clubs, or you reckon it's going to be that's where the fork will beat the road?
So we have beaten Sporting 1-0 in the first leg. However, the job is not done yet. So all these top goons need to just pipe down. We need to get the job done first. If we get the job done first, then we can talk about facing either Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. Because let's be real. Yes, Atletico Madrid have a 2-0 lead, but don't write off Barcelona because they can do a remontada. Because Atletico Madrid were 4-0 up, I think, in the Supercopa de España. Or the Copa del Rey, whatever it is.
The Copa del
Barcelona.
Rey, yeah.
Which one is it? Sorry, Johnny?
The Copa del Rey.
Copa del Rey.
Oh, the Copa del Rey, thank you. They were 4-0 up, Atletico Madrid. Barcelona in the second leg scored 3 goals. Almost a remontada. So you never write off Barcelona because they can produce anything. And if they do come back from 2-0 down on aggregate and we face them once we beat Sporting, we need to talk about, let's see if Hincapié can deal with Yamal. Because if Hincapié is fully fit, I mean, that will be a good battle. I mean, let's hope that Timber comes back as soon as possible. We're not rushing him back because we know what this leg away does. But if it's Ben White versus Rashford, I think Rafinha's still out. But if Rafinha comes back, then Ben White versus Rafinha, that left-hand side of Barcelona is going to be a bit worry for us. Because you know what Rafinha is capable of. Rashford can do something as well. I mean...
Especially that fullback. Who's that fullback they got? Is it Diallo? Who's the left back for Barcelona? He's a bad motherfucker too.
They got Jacques Cancelo playing left back. Jules Koundé just returned, so he's playing at right back. There's Alejandro Balde, you mean?
That's it, Balde. Yeah. Yeah, that's an issue for us.
Yeah. I just feel like we need to get the Sporting Lisbon game done, Carl, as soon as possible. Get it over the line. I mean, yes, we're 1-0 up. Arteta will try and play for the draw, Carl, because you know what he will do. He'll try and sit back and then counter. I don't want to see that. I want to get that opening goal first and just keep continue scoring goals. Because 1-0, you can't be 2-0 up on aggregate. It's still not enough. Because if Sporting get the equaliser, then that's going to change.
This game
and
on then, yeah.
Yeah. And once they get that second goal, we're going to have to go to extra time and penalty. So I don't want to see that. I want to see us go out there, get at least 2-3 goals, and then maybe you can defend, but then rest your players. But he won't do that. He'll just keep overplaying them, flogging the players on the ground. And I feel like when it comes to that Sporting Lisbon game, I just feel like it's going to be a stinky 2-1 win to us, 3-1 on aggregate.
More than likely, I understand that. I think that, with Man City round the corner, you've got to, any manager worth their salt, any manager that's got a brain cell between their ears, they would actually, they would say, right, let's go and beat this lot up 2-3-0 in the first half, and then we can rest up in the second half, so we can get ready for Man City on the following Sunday. Because that's the fork in the road for our season, the way it looks right now. We did say after the League Cup, we'll see what happens with the mentality side of things. And we had Southampton, we fell flat on our face.
Yep.
Played Sporting, we weren't convincing. We scammed our way. I did mention this, and I did mention this. Who did I mention this to? I can't remember who I mentioned it to. It might have been on your channel, John, but our Arsenal the biggest scammers in club football right now.
Yeah, you did on my last call.
It was on your last calling show. And you can see after that Sporting win that, clearly, absolutely clearly, because all we're doing is playing so pragmatic. It's just slow. It's ponderous. And the only person who can really unlock Victor Gyökeres is Eze. Now, we're fortunate we're going to get him back on tomorrow afternoon, but I don't know whether that is a good idea or not. But I think if you're in the chance now winning the league, I think I personally would not have played Eze, because I think that I know it's Havertz in that 10, and that's really something I don't really want in my future, but that's what we could end up getting stuck with. The only problem is, though, if it was for Eze, I would probably say, right, I'm gonna rest you up and keep you ready for Man City, because that could be the game that that defines our season. If you win or draw, there's a good chance we got one hand on the Premier League trophy by that point. even if they have the game in hand and beat Palace, they'll be 6 points behind.
Mm-hmm.
Or you think, and most of all our games are all at home now. The only real away game we got coming up early is away to West Ham.
Yeah, but see, the run-in's tricky because here's the thing. Now that, let's say for hypothetical purposes, right, the Premier League's already been guaranteed the 5th Champions League spot. If Villa goes on and wins the Europa League, that means 6 teams from England are getting into the Champions League, which now means that you're extending the amount of European spots that England gets. So now 7 and 8 goes to the Europa League with potentially an extra one if Palace pulls off the Conference League as well. So realistically, our next 4 games in the league are all against teams that are fighting for Europe. Fulham's fighting for a European spot. Everton's fighting for a European spot. Newcastle as well. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion just yet. The thing is about Bournemouth, you're right. We should, if this manager had common sense, he would tell them the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, blow the doors off these fucking retards. Go in there, beat them 3-0. So now we can manage the second half. We can dictate the pace of the game and just relax and not have to do all this other random ass bullshit that we always find us doing so, and rest up for Sporting. Because for me personally, I don't think Eze should play until the Man City game, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you
just in case it goes pear-shaped. Because here's the thing. Let's say worst case scenario happens. Let's say we drop points to Bournemouth and then we lose to Sporting, right? You have to recover against Manchester City. And then you got to go fight with Fulham, who's fighting for Europe. And then you got to go fight with West Ham, who's fighting relegation at this point. Now, if you beat Sporting, your 2 semifinal games are in between your Newcastle and Fulham and West Ham. Imagine how much tougher that now gets. Imagine if you lose. Imagine you get knocked out of the Champions League in the second game at home, and now you have to regroup against West Ham on the road that's fighting relegation. It becomes a shit show. That's why, for me, as important as the Bournemouth game is, I'm still rotating. Magalhaes, for me, should not play this game. He's injured. His knee's fucked up. Start Mosquera and Saliba. Put that young kid Salmons at the right. Let Ben White sit down for a game because Ben White has been straight up dog shit for 3 games. Do not start him. Let him sit. Let him recover. Take your chance. It's, again, the best managers of all time always say you have to take educated gambles throughout the season. This is one of those games where we should still be able to beat Bournemouth and take an educated gamble. If we're not, we're still pretenders at the end of the day.
Sorry to mention, Carl. So let's assume that we beat Bournemouth, right? And let's assume Man City draw to Chelsea. We draw at the Etihad. Do you think that the league is done?
No.
Yeah. If we beat Bournemouth and they drop to Chelsea and then we draw at the Etihad, yeah, the league's over with by then. League's for sure over with by then.
Yeah, sorry, I misheard that last part. Yeah. No, I agree. The problem is, though, I'll say this right now, City ain't losing to Chelsea. Chelsea are too Jekyll and Hyde. When they play well, they actually play well. When they play like dog shit, they play like dog shit. I don't see City doing anything but getting a win over Chelsea. If I had to be very, very honest with you, this isn't wishful thinking for me, but it is more of a case of Chelsea. They're struggling. They're just struggling mightily right now. They need to get that Champions League spot, otherwise they're in massive trouble going into the summer window and so on. They're going to have to buy more 17-year-olds and stick them on 7-year contracts and so on. And
the funny thing is they can't even do that no more because they outlawed that shit.
Yeah, I know. So, it's going to be a problem. Big up to GOONER SC. For 74 points, while their maximum possible points is 81.
That's for City?
Is that for City, GOONER SC? It could be. Right, where are we? Let's just check.
Yeah. So there's 8 games. No, their maximum possible points would be 85. because
Yes,
they got
85.
85 is their maximum possible points. But I think maybe he's saying if they draw to Chelsea, that means and we win. That means we're what, 11 points clear of them?
Yeah, we're 11 points clear.
That's after they draw to Chelsea and us.
If they draw to Chelsea and us, it's over with. I'm sorry, it's over with.
Yeah,
and they'll have the opportunity to close the gap because they've got Burnley, so that game's going to get rescheduled because they've got an FA Cup semi-final next Saturday. So that's where they're playing. That's why they're facing Burnley on Wednesday. So if they win that game, let's assume 11 points clear. Let's assume that happens. They'll close the gap. If they beat Burnley, they're 8 points, but we still got to beat Newcastle on that weekend.
Burnley's roadkill. They're gone. They're gone already.
Yeah, Burnley's on the beach. It is what it is with them. They're not doing a damn thing. I'm not worried about Burnley for either us or them, to be honest with you. But I'm not. I think the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because City's due for another fuck up. I'm just not as confident in this team as other people are right now. I've been saying it since October. This isn't the same City team. No,
it's definitely not. It's one of the worst. It is legitimately one of the worst that we've seen since probably. I'm not going to say since the Mancini days. It's a bit disrespectful. But I can't think of another.
This team is worse than Mancini's team. Mancini's team will slap the fuck out of this team.
Yeah, they would. They generally would. It just feels like there's just something off. Whereas defensively, Rodri hasn't been the same since he's come back from injury.
Brother. It's the midfield. How many times in this scratch last year because Liverpool won it and you already saw it showing last year, right? But in that 4-season stretch where they won, look at how many last-minute goals Gundogan and De Bruyne scored. Look at how many out-of-this-world assists those guys got where somebody showed up at a back post and put a tap in to get wins and shit like that. They need to be building a statue of Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne outside that fucking stadium. That's where the key is. These other guys they haven't reached that same level that those guys have had. That's why you have the situation that you have right now at City. If you have Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan, you throw them in a time machine and they're 4 years younger than what they are now, and they're with the City team, City would have won the league already. We'd have been talking about 4 years straight as a second place team if those two guys are there. That's the difference.
That is a fundamental difference. I just think City. The thing is, though, City, they can turn it on when they want to. Yes, they've been scrappy. They have been scrappy at the back end of this season. The thing is, though, they all know that obviously the nickname the Blue Shark for a reason every time we fuck up. So, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we did somehow, let's just say, get a draw against Bournemouth and then City beat Chelsea. It wouldn't surprise. Our mentality is when we're in a really, really bad position, it's on the floor immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the floor immediately, and that's when City can pounce. And as soon as City pounce on you, you then got to hold your nerve for the remaining 5 games. Newcastle won't make it easy for us. Fulham won't make it easy for us, even though Fulham's away record is absolutely horrendous. But still, they'll still make it hard. They're still fighting. Yeah, they're still fighting for Europe, but their away record is what will derail them, because I think they're ranked 16th in the Premier League right now for their away record. It's pretty shit. And then you got West Ham are fighting for their life. Now, listen, if everything Kawaj just said, which we beat Bournemouth, City draw against Chelsea, and then we draw against City and do that, I'll be more than happy to sacrifice the West Ham game just to make sure West Ham stay up above Tottenham. That's the only thing I would do. That's it. That's the only. Yeah,
we will be there, Carl. Don't you worry. We will be there.
I think them fucking bums are going down no matter what. They fucking suck. Would
De Zerbi the right hire?
Yes. Stop hating on my Italian stealing money.
No. Not for money, bro. Not for money. I didn't say that. I didn't. You don't put words in my mouth. What I mean is De Zerbi is he the right fit for Tottenham at this specific amount of time? I know your boy has gone and got himself a fucking big bag. They sent him a truck full of money and women as well to go along with it. Yeah, but Tottenham's situation right now is pretty horrendous. Pretty horrendous right now.
Let's hope Sunderland get a job, by the way. Let's just hope that Sunderland do something against Spuds.
Oh, I think Sunderland's going to smoke them. Sunderland's at home, right?
It is at home. It's at home.
They're going to fucking smack the fuck out of them.
If De Zerbi thinks he's going to play his sexy style of football against the Sunderland team that are...
No, he won't. He won't. De Zerbi's been in this position before in Italy. He's not going to do that. He's going to know that he's got to fucking get this team that they just got to grind shit out. See, De Zerbi is a good appointment if he gets them past the relegation. If they don't get relegated, then he's a very good appointment for them because, one, De Zerbi is a typical hot-headed greaseball where he's not going to tolerate none of the bullshit that goes on with that team. I mean, listen, I'm no coach to the level of De Zerbi, but I know if I was walking in after seeing what some of them guys do, Mickey Van de Ven and Romero would get bitch slapped as soon as I walk in through the door. Because the fact that you're a player at a club and you're not respecting the manager that was brought in, like with Tudor, whether Tudor is a shit manager or not, you still have to respect the hierarchy. You know, for De Zerbi might be enough of a hothead to see. I don't know if De Zerbi himself was the right appointment, but it was the right job for them to hire a permanent manager, so to speak, because of the fact that an interim manager, again, to just replace to get them over the line, this team may not respect. And these players are going to force their way out of Tottenham either way, so they don't give a shit if they get the club relegated or not. At least with the permanent manager that now has the full grasp and full control of a locker room where he can afford to tell the better players to go fuck themselves because he has the long-standing ability now because of the pen to paper with the contract. I think it was the better move for them to do something like that. Is De Zerbi the right guy? Not really, because I think De Zerbi, his hot-headedness and straightening them out may be able to get them over the relegation, but you're talking about a massive overhaul for this team. And I just don't know if, based off what I've seen in the last 6-7 years, even though all these Spurs fans like to say it was Daniel Levy's fault, I'm just not sure if that ownership's going to be up to the task of overhauling this team and actually putting some good players there. I'm really not sure about that.
The thing is, though, everybody knows that the Championship, of all the leagues in European football, the Championship is probably one of the hardest to get out of, because all 24 teams in that league, call them bad, call them whatever the hell you want, that they'll show every Championship game that I watch, just on the off chance. There's always meaty challenges going in. They're fighting for every ball. There's a lot of argy-bargy going on. You've got to be tough, and you've got to be, excuse my language on my name here, ruthless. You've got to be ruthless in that league. And if you don't, you'll absolutely capitulate. You know, and to make matters worse, if Tottenham go down, their financial state isn't going to hit them as bad because they have other things that going on top of that. You know, they've got all the concerts, they've got the go-kart track underneath, they've got the 2 NFL games they have every season. I know that because I go to one every single year. But if West Ham go down, which after this win, hopefully not. But if they do go down, their financial status is going to be in the shit big time. But what will hurt them more than anything out of all the stadiums is the fact of their attendance record. West Ham have been in the Championship before, so they're used to, you know, having shorter attendances. I don't think Tottenham are braced. I don't think the hierarchy of Tottenham are braced for losing. What, 15? About what, 10, 15,000 fans, maybe?
More than that.
Because I'm just trying to work out how much would they lose? How much would they honestly generally lose?
Didn't they say that they'd be limited to like 37.5 or 38,500 a game? I mean, you're talking 20 some odd thousand a game you're missing out on.
So that's basically they wouldn't sell out the Summit. They wouldn't sell out the top tier, basically. They can't use the top tier. The top tier will be tarped off.
Mm-hmm. And here, While West Ham has been relegated before, West Ham hasn't been relegated with this amount of money spent on that squad. They'd be fucked. Like West Ham to me, if they get relegated, West Ham doesn't come back to the Premier League for maybe 5 to 10 years. Spurs will end up coming back within 2 to 3, in my opinion.
Do you reckon if Spurs was to go down, do you reckon they'll come straight back up, or do you reckon that they're gonna?
I think they would come straight back up because I think they'll give it a lot of dodgy calls to come back up. They're too much money.
Yeah, I hate collusion in sport. I generally do.
You got to look at it. You got to look at it from a commercial standpoint.
Yeah,
the Premier League has sold this league for the last 9-10 years. That Tottenham's one of the big 6 clubs, even though they know damn well that they don't deserve to be in that conversation as far as being in the big 6. But they've marketed them to be one of the big 6 clubs. If a big 6 club gets relegated, it's game over for that bullshit. It's game over. The Premier League will pull some bullshit to get them back up to the first team. They can't afford to have one of the teams that's one of the biggest moneymakers for them drop.
Oh. Johnny, you still there?
I'm still here. Hello?
Johnny,
Carl,
you still there?
Carl, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, something went horribly wrong there. I don't know what went wrong there.
I think it might be your internet. You're moving a little slow.
That's probably why, because I had my VPN on the US. I've now put it back to the UK, so now it's gonna like bug. It's now gonna bug for a couple of minutes now. It's cool.
Okay. But
it's cool.
Yeah, the problem is at the end of the day is that they can't afford Tottenham to not be in the Premier League. They can't afford it. They will force them back in. Plus, what is it? When you get the parachute package, when you get relegated, they still get a certain amount of money from the Premier League to try to aid the team in coming right back up anyway. So I think Tottenham will have enough for them to come back up. It's just a question of how much money are you going to make? How much money are you going to make selling players? And who are you going to replace them with to aid you to come back up? Like, the thing with Tottenham is Tottenham has been a shit-run club since Pochettino. And even before then, it was a shit-run club. If you look at what was the year? What was the year they finished second? Was that Leicester?
No, that was Chelsea, I think.
When Conte won?
When Conte won it, yeah.
Okay. So from when Conte won, just look at the stupidity that they've run down with. They spent £100 million on Giovanni Lo Celso and Tanguy Ndombele and never played either of them in their proper positions. They thought it was smarter, and this is what goes to the fact that Pochettino ain't that good of a fucking manager to begin with anyways. Pochettino thought it was better to put Christian Eriksen at the right wing instead of Giovanni Lo Celso. I mean, what else we got to say just with that? Spursy. You know what I mean? Giovanni Lo Celso, they spent what, £50 million on his ass, and they never played him in the right spot. You do the same thing with Tanguy and Ndombele, and then you wonder why you wasted $100 million, and then they started bitching and moaning all this other bullshit, right? Then on top of that, Pochettino showed that once they lost that Champions League final, he was not a man manager, and that all he was just a tactical coach. Man management skills, dog shit, because he couldn't help those players get over that loss. And it was his fault because he rushed Harry Kane back into that final when Harry Kane hadn't played the entire time. They were used to that 5-2-3 that they were playing in counterattack. He rushes Harry Kane back. Harry Kane looked like dog shit. Harry Kane was as good as Andy Carroll in that final. You know what I mean? So it's like you rush him back. Now you showed you're not that good of a manager. You hire Jose Mourinho to come in for like an instant success button to try to win a trophy when Jose's brand of football does not work with this starting 11 that you had. Doesn't work whatsoever.
No.
Yeah, he was good for the second half of a season. And yes, he was good. He was okay for 18, 20 games when he had Tottenham on top of the table, right? But it wasn't sustainable. It fell apart. Jose got sacked. You then brought in they brought Nuno Espirito Santo in to play defensive pragmatic again. Wasn't working. And then you said, you know what, let's go get Conte. Well, Conte was only good for half a fucking season because it clearly showed when he came back around, the defensive bullshit still didn't work with that squad of players. I mean, they've just been a terribly run club. They got lucky that Postecoglou figured it out in the Europa League. They got lucky on that.
Mm. Yeah, they got lucky, and they played a Man United team that was just not
the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
By the way, did they sack Jose Mourinho just before the Carabao Cup final, by the way? In 2021, they just sacked him. If he'd won that trophy, he could have stayed. But I don't know what Daniel Levy was thinking. Let's just sack Jose Mourinho. If he'd won that cup, Spurs would have won more than us for the last 6 years.
The problem with Mourinho is that he has a very short shelf life. You know, he'll get you success in the short term, but if he overstays his welcome, it gets a little bit unpredictable. Gianni, you'll get if you know your hockey history. Do you remember a head coach going back into the 80s by the name of Mike Keenan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Who does that remind you of?
Jose and Conte.
Jose and Conte, exactly. Yeah. So they're only good for the short term, and then it completely blows up in your face. So
Conte and Mourinho can work long term. The problem is you got to have a crazy wad of cash to keep them type of managers.
Mm.
Conte and Mourinho ain't developing youth. They're not developing youth unless a young player is the best player in that position, and then they have to play them. They're not developing no fucking youth. And they want ready-made players for a 3-year plan of winning. Hence, like what you saw here, look at Conte at Inter, right? Inter Milan spends a shit ton of money. They buy Hakimi from Real Madrid. They bought Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. They bought Lautaro for like 45 million from whatever team they got him from in Argentina. They spent a shit ton of money. Conte couldn't deliver on the first year. He gets more money thrown at him. And then once Inter says we got to balance the books, you got to teach young players, Conte fucking packed up and left because he knows that's not what he's good at.
Mm.
They're only Conte, Jose Mourinho are managers that can get you sustained success as long as you have $100 million a season to burn on players for them. If you don't have that type of money to invest in those managers, they'll never work out for you. Never work out for you.
Is that why Guardiola gets a bit of a bad rap? The fact that, you know, he was at Barcelona, then he was at Bayern Munich, then he was at Man City. Every club he's gone to has always been a money pit for them to go in. Would it not? Most managers nowadays, you need money in this day and age in order to win the league. Money talks, shit walks. Everybody knows that, right? But let's just say, for example, a manager comes in and, you know, he hasn't got the money, but still could get the best out of players, or at least find players which is probably why you need good agents, you need good spies in order to find these great players. It seems like the likes of Brighton and Bournemouth, they keep finding these gems and then they sell them for big money. Mm-hmm. But they never transition to like go further than that. It's always like a money making turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
But with big managers, always feels like I need the best players available that are ready to win right here, right now. But you should always look for the blend of, you know, the experience and ready to win now, and then players that you can bring through, or even better from the academy. City have brought out a load of kids from the academy over the years. I know O'Reilly has been a revelation for them at times. You know, he's played left back many times, and now he's moved into the midfield. He's now getting his spot in the midfield because obviously Rodri can't stand on his own 2 legs properly, and now he's getting chances. It's just weird to me. It is just weird to me.
I don't know. See, money is not all of it. It has become a lot bigger. But I think that's because of where football's gone, because there's plenty of teams that don't spend crazy money but have great scouting departments and can win. I think it's a blend of both. You know, like Villa, for example, doesn't have crazy amounts of money, scouted very well for players to fit their manager's system. If they had more money, if they had a tad bit more money, Villa's in a title race right now with us. Let's just be honest here. You know, remember, the guy who was our Lord and Savior at the beginning of the season was Trossard with all the goals he was scoring. Trossard was supposed to be at Villa.
We should have sold him to Villa before.
No, we should have, because could you imagine Trossard's finishing ability instead of Ollie Watkins this season?
Yeah, but Trossard's not really an out-and-out. He's not really an out-and-out striker, though, is he? Not really.
No, but the problem is he's a better finisher. He's one of our best. Outside of Gyökeres, Trossard's our best finisher.
It just feels like to us, okay, with Trossard, he has got a killer shot on him. Same with Martinelli. Give Martinelli a shot one-on-one with the keeper. He probably buries his chances. What I don't get is, you know, with Arteta again, is shoehorning players into positions which, you know, they could, well, either they don't play or they can do a job, but it's not their preferred position. You know, Martinelli's a prime example. Under Unai Emery, he was playing as the main centre forward and he was banging in goals like absolutely fun. I mean,
Trossard.
Yeah.
Trossard's a false nine. Our best offense that we've seen when we talk about, you know, champagne football and Arsenal playing good football, our best lineup going forward was with Trossard in the false nine and Martinelli and Saka on either flank. But that also has to do with this over-the-top defensive mentality that Arteta's gone with. Again, if you look at where we played, where the position of the players were in the offensive phase, when Trossard was that false nine, it's completely different than where it is now. They weren't touchline fucking wingers. They were more so off-the-shoulder strikers and running into the box rather than this U-shaped bullshit football that we play. But Trossard, he's not an out-and-out striker, but the man can finish. That's the thing. If you look at the here, take the game that we beat Aston Villa and swap. You don't think them two opportunities in the box, Trossard isn't banging both of them, or at least one of them in, that Watkins missed against us?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to.
If you look at the amount of misses and in the spots that Ollie Watkins has missed this year, I think Trossard scores at least half of them. I think if Trossard is on Aston Villa with the way they were feeding Watkins, I bet you Trossard to have about 13, 14 goals right now this season in the Premier League.
So say, for example, we played a 4-4-2, Trossard and Gyökeres up top. Would that help?
Fuck yeah, it would. It would help him and Gyökeres.
Because he does lay him up. Big up to Matt LFC Ballman. Welcome back to you, mate. Thank you, mate. Long time no see, mate. Hope you've been good. You
mean like Trossard as the secondary striker helping Gyökeres, you know, in the box?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing at Brighton as well.
Trossard in the false nine in the 22-23 season was balling out until when this manager brought in, rushed back the Lord and Savior, Gabby Jesus, and we bottled the 8-point lead. That's what our top gooners have been saying. Gabby Jesus, the Lord and Savior, by the way. So keep that in mind.
They're also saying that because again, remember what happened that season. A lot of fucking Arsenal fans were backing to take Trossard out when Trossard in the first 6 weeks he was here with us was damn near the best player in the Premier League when he was playing with us. He was fucking unbelievable when he first got to us from Brighton. But yeah, he's been playing out of position and been ran into the fucking ground. Trossard was never a left winger at Brighton. Brighton played two formations. They either played the 5-2-1-2 under Graham Potter, and he was that floating number 10 / secondary striker behind the other two strikers and would float into the box to be up with them and would get on the balls and score. Or he played false nine under De Zerbi or played a number 10 in De Zerbi's 4-2-3-1. That's all he did. He was never a left winger. You're taking him out of the area. When you notice Trossard playing over Martinelli, Trossard floats into the box more. He's more central. Martinelli is staying out on that left wing like on a fucking island where he's useless. When Trossard was the false 9, we were playing more like how Ancelotti plays with their 4-4-2 diamond midfield when we were playing that offensive brand of football. Because Saka and Martinelli, if you look at majority of the goals that they scored, watch where their movement starts when Trossard gets the ball when he drops deep. They're already at the edge of the 18-yard box as far as where they're starting in the box, in the field. They're on the edge of the 18-yard box, not touchline wingers. So you're already 3 to 5 yards further wide and further out with this new way of playing than where you were before. On top of that, to talk about Oda clapped would have all that open space in front of him to run into because Trossard has dropped deep. The two wingers are already in like two strikers, which is forcing the back line further back. Odegaard's getting into those areas now because it's wide open and freedom for him to run. Because he doesn't have that space anymore, that's why he's constantly going sideways to sideways or back, because he doesn't have the confidence in himself to run into the box anymore. All them goals Odegaard scored was either rebound shots or they were layoffs because they pushed the defense so far back. Odegaard's running in and getting a free shot at goal, where a lot of those goals, the goalkeeper couldn't even see the shot coming because of how we were attacking them with all these guys in the box now. We don't do that no more.
We don't. And this manager has got everything going for him, which is just sickening to me. I'm just tired of it. We're all tired of it, Gianni. Everything that this manager is trying to do and he's not accomplishing everything. Everything he's accomplishing is the freaking A department keeps filling up every single time. But we knew this was going to come down the pipe, didn't we? Because when we went on that great run to try and win the league in 22-23, we had barely no injuries. Mm-hmm. And then it started to slowly trickle down. Last year was the starting point in all of this. So, yeah. Oh, we have... Who's popped into the green room now? Wow, blast from the past. Well, hello there, my friend. Long time no see. Good evening, Lawrence. How are we doing?
Oh, fine. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, mate. Thank you for joining us. Well, talk to me, Ape. What Arsenal? We're in a good spot, but also in a not good spot. But we're at war. We're literally at war. The 300 Club against these new Arsenal people, whoever the hell they are. It's a bit crap right now. It's a bit shit right now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what's happened to us over the last couple of weeks has left a very bitter taste in my mouth because, it would have been nice had we won the League Cup. Mm-hmm. But this manager again has screwed us over big time, by playing a second string goalkeeper when he should have played Raya in both games, in my opinion. Yep. And now with the current state of the Premier League right now, I've got my reservations about tomorrow because if you remember, when we played Bournemouth last year, look what they did. And something in the back of my head tells me that it's going to be rinse and repeat tomorrow. I don't want to be negative, but I'm just not feeling confident at all. That win against Sporting during the week didn't fill me with any confidence whatsoever. It was just typical Arteta, a typical Arteta performance. Everyone sit behind the ball, play not to lose. No ambition. Odegaard, I don't know what the fuck he was doing because every time he got the ball, he played it back when he had space to run into. And I'm just worried because I've seen this movie before where City come up on the rails and overtake us. And once that happens, it's going to be, good night Vienna for us. And when I see people in the chat and online saying, "Oh, this is the year he's going to do it," you know, he hasn't done anything. The worst thing that's happened to this football club was on December the 19th, 2019, when he got the job ahead of Ancelotti.
Yeah.
I mean, how that happened, I've got no idea. I've seen better managers than Arteta get sacked after 18 months, right? And this clown is still in a job. I just don't understand it, you know. And I keep asking people to explain how this man is still in a job after 6 years. Industry, nobody would be still doing a job if they performed in the same manner as this clown does.
Well, he was cheap when we bought him in, but now he's being grossly overpaid.
They're talking about paying him $20 million. If he gets a contract extension, they're talking about paying him £20 million a season. I'm like, you guys are out of your fucking mind paying him that.
That ain't happening.
Brother, if he wins the Premier League, you better believe he's getting a fucking extension. You better believe he's getting an extension. They are not going to do that.
Then it's Kroenke out. Because at this point, you can't really blame Arteta for taking the money. We'd all take it.
Fuck no, exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's right at the very top. Do you know what I'm saying? That David Dean interview, right? And big up Cole for having me on as well. I know.
Long time no see, bruv.
Yeah, no, big up Gianni, big up Quadra, big up Lawrence as well. The thing is with this whole like Arteta nonsense is like it's gone on for so long. We're all sick of it. No matter what side of the fence you sit on, or if you actually sit on the damn fence yourself, like you know, it is what it is. It's almost getting to a point where it's invalid. Like the bigger picture for me is the fans that allow this to happen, which is why we're in this mess. And then you got the Cronkies, more so Josh in this case, being full owner, where it's like you've trusted in a rookie, you've given him 15 million a year, we win the league, and let's say for argument's sake he does get that contract extension, moving it up to 20. That's more than damn near every other manager, maybe bar Pep. And even then, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's beyond like madness for me, because the longer we keep this manager, like the worse it's going to get. We're going to go down. Like this manager doesn't rotate. This manager doesn't rest. He buys scrub after scrub after scrub, and damn near all of them are shy because he's got no talent ID. For all of Arsene Wenger's faults, right? He had talent ID in it. You know, his defensive talent ID weren't good, but his midfield and strikers, more so back in the day, but his midfielders were always on point in it. Always found gems. Other than maybe Gabriel Magalhaes and maybe David Raya, you could debate. Name me any other player that Arteta's signed that even in this era is remotely even close to getting to world class. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll wait.
The only potentiality was Saka, and I said potentiality because obviously now he's had his fucking hamstring ripped from the bone.
Yeah, he's done.
There you go. I just had my jerk chicken and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the guy Saka's hamstring. Do you know what I'm saying? Not promoting cannibalism or anything like that. But to make the point.
And that's the one. That's crazy work, bro. Crazy work.
To make the point, like Bukayo Saka, like just can't do it anymore. Like this manager's ran him into the ground. Like in all seriousness, yeah, like this manager's ran him into the ground. That boy is dusted, and it's sad. It is so sad. Like, but Declan Rice will be next. Urian Timber's already there. Like, it's an absolute farce. It's bullshit. Like why the fuck are there still fans defending this? Like defending this manager. To be honest, do they honestly believe that he can create a dynasty? Like a Sir Alex Ferguson?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't won anything other than that FA Cup in 6 years. And as soon as he wins the league title, now he's going to dominate. He's not going to dominate, bro.
You got guys. Shout out to the Waffle Don. He got me in he got me into a big chat where there's like 20 of us in there. Bro, there's guys who were legitimately a couple weeks ago arguing that Odegaard should be getting his starting job back because Eze hasn't done anything. And I go, brother, Odegaard's been here for 3 years and ain't done a fucking thing. What makes you think that he's going to do something for 3 weeks to get us over the line? It's fucking ridiculous, dude. These guys are smoking crack. They're legitimately smoking fucking crap when it comes to this team. I don't get it.
You see, the difference between us in the chat and the panel is we care about this football club.
Mm-hmm.
All these other people care about one individual.
Yep. Facts.
And as I keep saying, nobody is bigger than Arsenal Football Club at the end of the day. This is the 140th anniversary of the club, right? Mikel Arteta has only been around for 6-7 years in management.
7, yeah.
Okay. And the only thing that's stopping Arsenal, it's not Arsenal, it's Mikel Arteta. That's what's stopping us right now.
Yeah, Lawrence, you being a long time fan, how do you feel about all this bullshit about the fact that Arteta, it's basically being leaked out that if Arteta gets a contract extension, that the youngsters are getting sold because we need them for pure profit to keep buying these other players? I mean, for me, I think it's an absolute fucking disgrace because the youngsters that come up, that grow up with the Cannon badge on them from young till getting into the team, that adds more character to the team, in my opinion. They know what it means to live and die for that badge growing up for. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've read about Miles Lewis, Skelly, and Waneri possibly being placed on the transfer list. Okay, I mean, you can go even further. I mean, remember Charlie Patino? Everyone was going on about how he was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. Where's he now? I've never heard of him anymore. And there are others as well. I'm worried about how he's going to treat Max Stallman.
Yeah.
That's the next one. Is he going to run him into the ground like he's done with Saka and all the others?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just don't know why everyone builds him up as to be a messiah. I just don't understand it. Please, somebody explain to me. What is it so great about him? He's one fuck all. He's sacrificed 22 opportunities, I think it is, of winning a trophy during his time in charge of us. What makes him a great manager?
Nothing.
There is absolutely nothing.
He took us from the pits of hell, by the way, so don't forget that.
To be honest, the way that I see it, right, for me, the reason why they buy into him is because it's the same reason why they buy into like a prime minister or whoever else, like another figure in entertainment or whatever. It's the whole like narrative, it's the whole agenda, it's the whole law. Like they're infatuated with the person. Do you know what I'm saying? They look up to him. God knows why, but do you know what I'm saying? It all encompasses that. And a lot of people need to realize he's a paid employee. He always was and always will be. So some of that cartel board that David Dean was talking about in his last interview that he did, which the rest of them need to fuck off. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we got rid of all of our scouts, brought a few back, brought in Michele as well. Like it is what it is. But again, it's nowhere near enough. Per Mertesacker's going to be leaving at the end of the season because he's had enough of this fucking twat.
Yeah.
Not playing the youth. Just giving them the odd record appearance. Well, we've all had enough of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like the longer this manager's here, the worse it's going to get. But most of this fan base are thick as pig shit. They only care about the here and now. They don't look for next week unless it's the next game. They don't look at the week after, the month after, next year, next few years, 5 years, 10 years. They only care about the here and now. And that is a big part of this problem why we are where we are. Because a lot of this fan base allow this shit. And when you ask any of the usual suspects, this question, basically, I'll put it to you like this, right? Where do you see this manager with this team in the next few seasons? Yeah. They won't be able to answer it convincingly because they only care about the here and now. So if you ask me, ask you, Lawrence, Kwaja, Gianni, Carl, where are Arsenal going to be in the next few seasons, 3 to 5 years, let's just say, under this manager? We can all give a proper answer, certified answer, straight answer.
Ballon top 4.
We're going down. We're sliding down that table, bro. With this manager. This manager is the enemy of football, anti-football heritage, yeah? He is holding our football club hostage.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Arsene Wenger like this as well. This guy's 10 times worse. Less pedigree, less talent and everything. Like it's beyond the joke.
He's the cancer that's killing this club. That's the only way you can describe it. I mean, I still ask these people because I see a lot of these people online, and I say, show me a sign that's outside the Emirates that says "Welcome to Arteta FC." You know, I mean, I thought the club was called Arsenal FC. I mean, I've got a cannon on my shirt. I don't have a picture of a Spanish clown on my shirt. But all these monks seem to think that, you know, once this guy leaves us, that'll be the end of Arsenal altogether.
It's going to be problematic. It's problematic. Everyone is laughing at Liverpool defending champions season. We can overtake them. We can overtake that next season. There's a very good chance of that happening, especially with the amount of injuries that we got racked up. It means this season.
Yeah. No, yeah. I hear that. I hear that. Like, if anyone thinks, let's say we win this league, right? And if we do win this league, we're limping over that line. Let's not get it twisted. There won't be a 12-point gap. There will definitely not be a 12-point gap. And it won't, even if there is, let's say we beat Bournemouth by a goal, it's not going to last because they got a game in hand. We know they're beating Palace. We know Chelsea are going to bend over for them. It is what it is. It is what it fucking is. So, like, for me, we limp over this line with this league title. You really think we're going to be even close to challenging next season? Even like by Christmas? I don't see it. This manager, yeah, it is right on the cusp of being at the end of the road. You know, his time is done as far as I'm concerned because this man has refused to change. He's refused to change. He got PTSD, he got shell shock in that 22-23 season, never, ever played that football again consistently. Do you know what I'm saying? There's been the odd games where we've been pretty good, but in terms of across the whole season, for the most part, other than that season, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it. Running these players into the ground, Norgard, £10 million sensible signing, yeah? We've hardly seen him. Gyökeres not being played to his strengths, whatever you think of him. Bukayo Saka being run into the ground. Declan Rice being run into the ground. Ian Timber pretty much dusted this season. Ben White is finished. Do you know what I'm saying? Gabriel Saliba getting injuries. You know, Martinelli, Trossard, not good enough. Trossard not good enough anymore. Do you know what I mean? Madueke, we should never have signed that bum. And he is a fucking bum. Yeah.
We spent 130 million. We spent 130 million on Chelsea rejects.
Exactly.
I'm telling you this, I wouldn't put it past Arteta to be going to the Chelsea well again to get another sloppy second come the summer.
It'll be Gittins or Garnacho.
Oh, if we get Garnacho.
Oh, I am flipping my screen. I am breaking the screen.
Yeah, I
am breaking one of my monitors if we do end up fucking. If we do get
we'll probably get Rory. He'll probably go out and get Rory Delap.
Oh my! Oh, that it's fucking shit house of a son, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That guy is a fucking player.
We could have got Mbeumo and Cunha in the summer, and we wasted 52 on Madueke. Turkey was available for 30 million, and we decided to waste 52 on Noni Madueke, who still can't improve on his end product.
You could have saved the money from Madueke and not bought fucking Christian Norgard because we barely ever use him anyway. And you could have used that money and got Kvaratskhelia because he was worth €65 million last summer.
We
Like,
could have
what
got
the hell are we?
Oh.
And then you could have moved MLS from. Apparently, he gets put in left back. Put him in the middle of the field. Let him rotate around Declan Rice, for Christ's sake.
We could have got Michael Elise for less than what we bought. Okay, easily.
We were in the hunt for Rodrigo from Real Madrid. What the fuck ever happened to that?
I was banging on the table for Rodrigo, but
Yeah.
Now he's torn his ACL and he can't even stay fit. He'll miss the World Cup, and I don't think he'll pass his medical because he's torn his ACL. He's out of the World Cup. He's out of the season, so it's going to be.
Saying that, Quadra, saying that, you do remember that we bought Kim Kallstrom with a broken back, so we do have players. So I'd take Rodrigo 2 months before he fully recovers. At this point, do you know what I'm saying? I'd do well, Real Madrid will never take Madueke, but I would rather rip up Madueke's contract right now and get an injured Rodrigo. That's how bad things are, bro. Like,
I think we're going to be ripping up a lot of contracts. Jesus is probably going to be one of them, because the amount of wages that the likes of Jesus, Havertz, Odegaard, Ben White, for that matter, they're on ridiculous money. And as much as Berta has been very shrewd of his signings, that we've got Gyökeres in, he's one who got Eze, he got the loan sort of for Nkapie, who we probably end up going to buy, which is fine. I've got no issue with that. Nkapie is actually a very good left back. He's way better than freaking Calafiori, let's put it that way. Calafiori is another one that gets paid way too much money. Yeah. I'm struggling to think you could be such a fantastic general manager or a fantastic sporting director, but even he's got to look at this and go, shit, I've got my hands tied behind my back with this one. What the hell am I going to get for Jesus? What the hell am I going to get for, this is why the whole reports come out regarding of selling Miles Lewis-Skelly and selling Ethan and Wembley, because they're probably the two that you look at, you'll probably get the most money for. But what I will be doing if I'm ownership goes, right, okay, I'm selling you both for 50 million, but I'm putting a fucking buyback clause.
I knew that was coming.
A buyback clause in their contracts. Say, right, okay, and then when they sell them on, or at least bare minimum, you get like 20% of the fee that they get paid to go wherever next. Personally, I have a buyback clause in, because if they do turn out to be ballers, which we know Max Dowman is, even at the tender young age of 16, sound like Will McKenzie off the In-Betweeners, but never mind. And obviously Ethan and Wembley, we know who's been playing really, really well for Marseille currently right now. Bert's gonna have his work cut out. Anybody wants to take the floor with that?
Yeah, like I think for me, what you said about buyback clause is 100% spot on. We let Heaven and that other kid go to Man United. I don't think
Obi Martin.
Yeah. I don't think we've got a buyback clause for either of them, unless I'm mistaken. I'm not aware of it.
All the other players we sold in the past.
Yeah. Why aren't there any buyback clause in it? What, like, if we're selling these young prospects, that especially from this point now, they should all have buyback clause. First dibs. Do you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's a complete and utter disgrace, because this manager is not only running these players into the ground, he's running this goddamn football club into the ground. And he's done that in 6 years, 7 seasons, with over £1 billion spent, 1 FA Cup, might win the league. But even winning the league and the FA Cup after £1 billion spent is fucking unacceptable. It's unacceptable. When it's the third biggest club in the country, one of the best teams in Europe, one of the best teams in the world, that is not good enough. And that's what most of the usual suspects and the rest of them wallads don't understand to this day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If you accept this bullshit, then accept we're Brentford. It's very simple as far as I'm concerned. If you accept this bullshit, if you accept mediocrity, then accept we're Brentford, innit? Accept we're Brentford. Don't be running your gums saying we're the best team in London, we're the best team in the league, we're the best team in Europe, in the world, whatever the fuck, yeah? When you have shitty standards like that, because we ain't putting up with it, yeah? And there's a lot more fans than people think, especially the match goers, the away fans for sure, but even more the home fans, that they'll get a hump, and they'll keep getting a hump, because this football ain't going nowhere. And it's getting worse because then players can barely walk, never mind jog or run. So it's a ticking time bomb. It's not burning time. It's ticking time bomb time. Do you know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, which is why, apart from some miracle, Mikel Houdini settings and all of that, I reckon he's gone by the end of the year, whether we win the league or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if he was still here till the end of next season. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think next season is going to be the measuring stick if he goes or not.
He better not get that. That's the point.
Can I ask you guys a question? I've been following this club since 1968.
Fuck.
Is it? Yeah. Is it wrong of me as being a long-time Arsenal fan that part of me want Arsenal to fail completely this season if it means us getting rid of Arteta?
No.
No.
It sounds like you're looking for buyer's remorse the way it sounds about it. Yeah, you still want us to win the league. You still want us to be successful, but you just don't want to do it. You just don't want it to happen with this manager because of what he's actually put all the players through and pretty much put what all the fans are through. So I understand your point. I've had this feeling in the back of my mind, thinking, yeah, we're great to win the league, but he will still be here. He'll get the new contract, and is anything going to change? The thing is with a manager, you don't. I've said this. I keep sounding like a broken record. You don't become a manager or a head coach in sport until you get fired from your first appointment. Correct. He hasn't been sacked from his first appointment yet. So he's not going to learn from his mistakes. He's doing what he's doing right now, thinking he's the cock of the walk and he's, everything's all hunky dory. But anyone with a pair of eyeballs can see it's not. It generally isn't. Mm-hmm. It's a problematic, and it's gonna turn into a snowball effect at some point. The only way, I don't expect Arsenal to capitulate. Would it surprise me if we did? No, because we've all seen this happen before. But at the same breath,
this would be the greatest bottle job in history. We've seen Arsenal bottle, but this would be worse than all of them if he did this.
Yeah, but to answer your question. Sorry, Lord, just very quickly, just to answer your question.
Yeah,
I understand exactly what you're saying because you're thinking long term. You're not just thinking about the next game or the next day, how the manager's going to dress it up or dress it down in the press conference and whatever the hell he's been saying to them players. You saw the big screen, what they were doing before the sporting game, headbutting each other and all that with the ball, holding pens. This is kindergarten. This is basically like kindergarten cop kind of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Arnie Schwarzenegger. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Do you know what I'm saying? That's basically what we've got. That's what we've got, in the dugout. That's our manager. So let's say, for argument's sake, right? And I end it with this. We don't win the league. Biggest bottle job ever, right? In footballing history, pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, right? But this manager gets potted. But then we get like a Diego Simeone, Don Diego in the summer.
Or Luis Enrique.
And then, or Luis Enrique. Either way, I'm happy with either. And then we go on to win the league next season. And then we start building from there. I'd rather take that, to be honest, than win the league and keep this manager for another 2, 3 years, 4 years. With this fucking fan base, as you know, Lawrence, and everyone else on the panel and in the chat. Do you know what I'm saying? So I understand it. I totally understand it.
What reminds me of this? Go on, Lawrence.
No, you go ahead.
Sorry. What reminds me of Arteta is like, you've moved into a house, okay, and you're sorting out the interior, you're getting all the nice fancy stuff, but underneath you are absolutely oblivious to, you've got a leaky pipe underneath. Your electric keeps short-circuiting. There's a really foul stench coming from one of the floorboards upstairs. You are completely oblivious to. There's a huge fucking wasp nest in yet. Obviously, I'm going well over the top here, but you get what I mean. There's a wasp nest in the fucking corner of one of your rooms or something.
I had to deal with a wasp today, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, please, no, don't do it. No, I'll tell you what wasps are. They're cunts with wings. That's what they are.
Yeah, agreed. And I swatted that motherfucker. Do you know what I'm saying? In the toilet, flush, bye-bye. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're nice. You're nice. I like them motherfuckers on fire.
A bucket of unleaded, just stick in the corner.
Yeah.
Can I ask Gianni a question? Right, I've been hearing a lot of rumours that Arsenal are speaking to Fabregas about taking over from Arteta. They want him to leave Como. You reckon he's going to do that?
I wouldn't listen for Fabregas. I wouldn't doubt that he would take the job because it's a huge jump. What the problem is I wouldn't trust Fabregas to come in and take over a big club after what he's done at Como. I don't think he's ready for it. I think he needs to take over a medium-sized club before that. Like, I'd rather, if Cesc Fabregas gets Como to Champions League, I would rather look at Cesc if he took over like Inter for 3 years and won a Scudetto and won a Serie A title before I would worry about him coming to Arsenal. Because it's the same shit. It's the same shit over again. That's what I look again. One of the biggest problems in football nowadays is the big clubs are acting like little fucking clubs with this process and all this other fucking bullshit. Go get a winner. If Arteta here, best case scenario is if we win the league, obviously winning the Champions League would be best case scenario. But if he wins Champions League and league, he's stuck here for 6 years. They'll give him a 6-year extension. They'll give him $20 million a season. And then who knows how much more money they're going to let him waste on building up another team, right? For me, the best case scenario is we lose in the semifinals of the Champions League. We win the league. And he just says, you know what? I'm walking away because I can't do much more than what I've done. I'm going to allow somebody else to come in. For me, take that $20 million that you may be giving him and go get fucking Ancelotti. Get rid of the shit players that are here. Get rid of Odegaard. Get rid of Jesus. Get rid of fucking Havertz and Martinelli and Trossard. Go get rid of them bums. Keep the kids. Go out and buy 3 or 4 new players with what you got left over, since everybody's talking about we got enough money to break the bank and buy Vara for 120 million and all this other.
Yeah, okay. I believe that when I see that.
Exactly. Go give the money to Ancelotti and tell Ancelotti, you got 3 years. You need to rake in as many fucking trophies as possible. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be for a big club. We shouldn't be looking at another one of these fucking project managers. I'm sick of this shit. A project manager goes to one of them smaller clubs to try to nick a trophy and show that they have winning mentality before they make a step up to the big leagues. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be looking at managers like that. Same thing with these fucking, you got some of these top gooners. Oh, if Arteta leaves, maybe we should go get Iriola. For what? It's fucking Bournemouth.
What's he proved?
What's he
won
proved?
nothing.
He's not a winning manager. We need elite managers. He's not an elite manager.
That's why I'm saying, for me, Arsenal should be looking at this from now on. Unless you've won a league title, you can't even apply to come be the manager at this fucking club. That's what the standard should be. Again, You guys have all heard it. I've said it multiple times. I always use him and Inter Milan. Look at Roberto Mancini. Inter brought Roberto Mancini in. They said, we want you to win the Champions League. This motherfucker won 7 trophies in 4 years. We would kill to have a 4-year run of getting 7 trophies. And guess what Inter did? Thank you for winning us this many trophies, but you didn't reach the end goal. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big clubs move. Not this stupid shit.
Yeah, and the fact that they're even uttering the words Iriola, bro. They love a fucking project. Like, they're gooning, they're gassing every fucking remote fucking project from all of these cunts. Like, I've had enough of it, but I'm with you, Gianni. Like, we need elite level manager. We can't be having this project. Look, I'm not even saying that Fabregas is a bad head coach / manager. One day, maybe. For me, if Fabregas is serious, with his managerial career, unlike Lego Head, right? He needs to manage like a Villarreal next.
Exactly.
A team of that ilk. And if he actually went to Villarreal, he'd do really well. They got some good players. I think Nico Pepe's still there and some others as well. He can build that team with limited funds. So I think he'll get, you know, similar to what he got at Como, maybe a bit less, give or take. Do you know what I'm saying? And he can build it from there. See what he does in the next 2-3 seasons. Maybe a Copa del Rey. Maybe he wins the Europa League if they're in it during that period. Yep. And if he wins both of them trophies, for example, okay, cool. But then take the next step. But even then, I wouldn't take him at Arsenal until, like you said, wins a league and wins either Europa League or a Champions League. But the league is number one. League is the bread and butter. Iriola ain't proved shit. I'd rather Glasner over Iriola number one, but even I wouldn't take Glasner right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I rate Glasner, yeah? For what he's done, you know, like Palace are well on their way to winning the conference, innit? Like Villa's on their way to winning the Europa League. And don't be surprised if either of them teams win it. And I said Unai Emery would win the Europa League with
you did.
Villa because he's a Europa League specialist. The only team he didn't win it with is us because we ain't serious, but if we want to be serious, if we're meant to be this elite level football club, I've said it time and time again, get a Don Carlo, get a Don Diego, even get Hansi Flick, Luis Enrique, and I would take Roberto Mancini at this point. And I've always rated Roberto Mancini, to be fair. You know, I know me and you, Johnny, we had a little discussion about it.
Oh, if he leaves me alone,
a tiny bit, you know, but he's willing to adapt.
Yeah,
and we've all seen that.
I'd even look at Allegri or Simeone before I look at fucking Fabregas. At this point.
Of course.
Again, I want winning DNA. No more of this project.
What about Marco Silva?
No, fuck
no. And to be honest, even what's his face at Al Hilal, whatever, Matthias Giselle, innit?
Yeah, Matthias Giselle, yeah.
I better than Arteta.
Yeah,
but would I take him after Arteta?
He's pretty much going to be winning everything there is to win in Saudi Arabia with Al Ali.
Yeah,
pretty much there is.
Yeah,
he's in the he's in the title race currently as we speak right now.
100%.
But he's better than Arteta. He's better than fucking Lego heads, and he's the same age, German.
Yeah,
you know, like, but the problem is because our fan base have a fetish for this motherfucker. It's just like they keep pushing this same rhetoric, this same bullshit narrative. Oh, who can do better than Super Duper Mick? We've named 5 managers off the top of our head, just shy of 10 at this point, that can already do better than Lego heads, bro. Elite or potentially elite, with Matthias Giselle being that potential, yeah? Don't tell me there aren't better managers. And look, even Cesc Fabregas is a better manager than Arteta, and I wouldn't take him after Arteta. Matthias Giselle as well.
Not only those guys, right? Here, let's even go down a tier that are solid managers that have proved it and have a trophy here and there as well. I'm taking Luciano Spalletti over fucking Arteta. If you tell me that Spalletti's walking into Arsenal and we're going to get the same champagne football that Napoli played when we won the Scudetto with Vara and Osimhen, you bet your ass I'm taking Spalletti at this team. I'm taking Maurizio Sarri over fucking Arteta.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, he had the bust up with fucking Kepa, but everybody doesn't like to talk about that. If it wasn't for Hazard skying that wide open net shot at the end of extra time, Sarri would have got Chelsea to 3rd place and 2 fucking trophies, and then went on to win the Scudetto with Juventus the following year. So if we start going down this path of other managers, you might end up with about 25 managers that could come in and do the same job at bare minimum that Arteta's done.
Oh, easy. Even the manager that we let go, Unai Emery, is better than us.
Exactly.
The whole Sarri thing that you were saying about, if Sarri came in the summer, right, I will put my life on it that one of the first decisions he makes is getting rid of that fucking prick, Kepa. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah.
Regardless of what happens in that League Cup final, we've all seen it. We've all seen it, yeah? And he fucked up in the last one, you know, against Man City, which tells its own story as far as I'm concerned, right? He'll get rid of his ass, but he'll get rid of a lot of other players as well. He'll get rid of Ben White. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll get rid of Califagazi, the Sweet Prince,
Oh my
and
God.
all of that shit. He'll get rid of fucking Martinelli, the Bolivian, the Belize twat. He'll get rid of Trossard, who hasn't had a sleep in about a month, if that. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll get rid of Madueke, Noddy Madueke. Do you know what I'm saying? Not even the Timu Ronaldinho. That's that headband in the fucking bin cut. Do you know
Trossard looks like he's an ex-member of the Hells Angels with the amount of fucking meth he looks like he's taking staying up.
Listening to Motionless in White in the process as well. Oh,
yeah. Hey, Lawrence, you saving up the money to pay for some of them crazy tickets for the World Cup in America?
Yeah, that for sure. Oh yeah, fucking $80 for a train pass to watch England play.
Oh yeah, Lawrence
Boston.
said it to me. Me and Lawrence been talking on Instagram. Boston for the football stadium said they're kicking up the regular $8 fare to $80 to go to a World Cup game. So it's going to cost you $160 just to take the fucking bus there and back before you even bought a drink, before you bought merch and everything else. Brother, this is going to turn into a shit show over here.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Plus $6,500 to get a ticket to watch the game. You know, it's extortion.
Yep.
There's no other word for it.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to see stadiums half empty.
100%.
Well, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is always half empty anyway, so I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be on the same level as that Mickey Mouse Club World Cup thing they had last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The only stadium that was full was when it was the final. That was it. Everything else was half empty. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like, there's only so many times you can keep doing this shit, like ripping off fans. Like, it's a shambles.
I mean, if Donald Trump and this Infantino geezer think people have got, 100, 200 grand to throw away, then they should leave me their phone number because I know someone who wants to sell them the Brooklyn
Real
Bridge.
estate.
It's like fucking.
It's a joke. They I mean, when that guy's talking about, I had a little sort of loan of like $1 million. I mean, come on, man. Do you know what I'm saying? 200 grand for the whole tournament. Nah, that's all right. Everyone can afford that. Everyone's wages is like 100.
Yeah, I've got.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll just go into my Swiss bank account. There you go.
Yeah, I'll just walk down to Bank of England. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll just take a luxury cab to Bank of England and just withdraw all that money that I've got. Just random money that I've just got lying in there. Just go to fucking LA, go to Boston, go to NYC, go to Florida, wherever the fuck in the States. You know what I'm saying? To watch these, it's a joke. It's beyond a joke. Like
you should see the prices. You should see some of the fucking hotel prices. Like Florida. Miami. I think it's the first game that Colombia plays. It's not even Argentina because the Colombians are crazy down in Miami. Bro, it's like fucking $2,500 for one night in a hotel. And you're talking about some fucking shit box that you still got to pay a $20, $30 Uber to drive 30 minutes into inner city Miami. You're on the outskirts.
Yeah. That's not on South Beach.
And then Uber
on South Beach.
Well.
Yeah, you're talking. If you think $2,500 for a one night in a hotel, so you're most likely got to get 2 nights. So you're already out $5,000 there, right? You're out 5 G's just on that. Your Uber is going to be maybe $30, $40 there to get back after the bullshit's probably going to be another $50. So you're out $100 on 2 Uber rides. You haven't had no food. You ain't had no drink. You ain't bought no fucking merch. You ain't even bought a fucking ticket yet. Imagine what the ticket's going to be down in Florida. You're talking about spending $10,000 just between 2 nights at a hotel and 1 fucking ticket. It's bullshit.
So you're not planning to go to the World Cup by any
it's-
chance? You're not going to go to the World Cup?
Them dickheads ain't getting no fucking money from me.
No.
Fuck them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I want to go and watch Uzbekistan play New Zealand. I'm willing to fork out 10 grand for that.
10 grand for that. Even watching it for free, I'd be tempted to just skip it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Brother,
Like,
we're pulling the TVs out for the patio at the neighborhood bar. I will be stoned and drunk off my ass watching that in the sun.
same here, brother. Same here.
Exactly. You ain't
You know
gonna
what I mean?
get me shit
Well,
for that.
Boo! The earliest kickoff we got is at 6 o'clock. Go on, Laura.
Gianni, at least, at least you've got the knowledge that Italy won't be there. So, like,
Exactly. Less stress for me.
Neither will I, either. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah.
It's going to be torture. No, it's torture for us over in England because obviously we'll be the earliest kickoff, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, America Eastern time.
Yeah. 1 o'clock.
So that'll be 6 p.m. That'll be 6 p.m. UK time. That'll be the earliest kickoff.
No, they do shit in the morning.
that's 10.
That'll
10
probably be
o'clock
the
in the
middle
morning
game
out
for
here
about 6
in Los
o'clock.
Angeles.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
some of the games.
that's 10 o'clock in the morning out here in Los Angeles.
Lawrence, isn't the first game at 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time? So it'd be 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I think that's when the first game kicks off. No,
I don't
It's like
know. I
9:30,
didn't check
10
the whole
o'clock in the morning.
time.
if it's 10 o'clock
Well,
in the morning,
if it's 10 o'clock Central Time, then it's 8 o'clock out here in LA.
yeah.
Fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And then you're talking 2.5 hours afterwards for that. So now you're talking, if you're starting at 10, your next game is 12:30, which is now 6:30 your guys' time. Then 2:30. If you go 2.5 hours between the game and then the coverage for the next game, you're then starting at fucking 3 o'clock. The last game's at 9 o'clock at night starting over there. But normally how they've done it is they play 4 games. They do one whole group in the first game of the next group. So you're talking the nighttime game is going to be at midnight for you guys.
Look, I'm a night owl, innit? So I'd rather that than like, what is it, 6, 7, even 8 in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
The only way I'm going to be able to watch the World Cup late at night is if I re-break my elbow again. That's going to be my only way I'm going to get off work. That's the only way I'm going to get off work.
You know what I'm saying? Risk assessment, tactics. Do you know what I'm saying?
Tactics, guys.
Yeah, like, I've only got one team to watch in it. I was expecting the Reggae Boys because you got fucking Curacao that qualified, but Wally with the brolly, fucking Steve McLaren, getting embedded in the culture and all that bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? I saw all that fucking like bullshit, yeah. Like, and then we got to the final against Congo, and then it should never have got to that point. So Italy not qualifying, Jamaica didn't qualify. Who else didn't qualify again?
Ireland.
Ireland.
We've said that.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of that mock the week. That's just reminded me of that mock the week.
Wales didn't qualify.
Yeah, Wales didn't qualify.
Yeah, Wales didn't qualify.
Scotland qualified though. Like,
Yeah, Northern Ireland.
What did Gianni say at the start of the show? Blind squirrel finding up.
Oh yeah. How many Scottish fans have got like 15, 20, 25 grand in their pocket to go to this?
cash, not many. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Not many. You know who's winning, Lawrence?
Yeah.
The banks are winning. They're the only winner from this tournament. It's the banks.
Yeah.
People think, oh, it's going to be whoever wins the tournament. No, it's the banks, bro. Do you know how many people are going to be taking out loans? Like life-threatening.
Gianni, that was
and all of that shit. Like, it's madness, bro. These banks are having a field day. Like they've been wetting themselves ever since it got announced. Do you know what I'm saying?
I should start loan sharking.
Yeah.
This.
I was going to say, I hope that's Monopoly money you're holding there.
No, it's not.
I was watching the England, I think it was England-Uruguay game, and they panned in on an England fan, who's coming out to watch the England game in Dallas because he's got family out here, and he's going to sell his house in order to watch the whole tournament.
You're a fucking moron.
No, please tell me that's not true.
Thanks for winning, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Selling houses, taking out mortgages, loans, all of that. All of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's not worth it. It's not.
Even if I didn't have a child, I still wouldn't do it.
Fuck no.
I still wouldn't do
I mean,
it.
this what's his name in charge of FIFA, Infantino. He makes Sepp Blatter look like Mother Teresa.
Sepp Blatter was just Sepp Blatter was crooked. Sepp Blatter was crooked.
Oh, don't talk about my Italians like that. We're getting money out here.
I feel sad.
No, what did that one guy say? Yeah, Nigeria and Cameroon didn't qualify either.
Yeah.
Well, he also said, like, today I feel African. I was just like, what is this guy doing?
No, what was the African guy on Instagram? He was fucking classic. He goes, corruption is bad.
Yeah. Corruption is only bad if I am not involved.
Yeah.
If I am involved in that corruption, I would defend it. I rate that. Do you know what I'm saying? We need more honesty from these motherfuckers. Do you know what I'm saying? But you're never going to get that from Sepp Blatter, this other guy, Platini, when he was UEFA president. I mean, don't even get me started on that.
Oh, Platini, when he was UEFA president, was a fucking hand job. Fuck him.
Absolute crook. One of the greats, but an absolute crook. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
Yep. But listen, guys, I'm gonna shoot off because I gotta go start my stream. If you guys want to hop on over on my stream when you're done over here, you guys are more than welcome to.
We'll probably end up redirect. Well, I can't redirect, but I'll send the chat over to your end, mate. So yeah, we'll be over there. We'll be over there.
Cool. Sounds good.
Bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate talking to all you.
Just give us a shout out your channel, Johnny.
Send me a link, Gianni.
Yeah,
Gianni,
I'll send
me
you
a
the link.
link.
I'll send you the link through Instagram, brother. I got you, Lawrence.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Everybody. I'll see you guys soon.
See you in a bit, guys. See you in a bit.
John.
Back if you can get Johnny's if you can get Johnny's link, Johnny's channel pinned in the chat, much appreciated. It'll be you, bruv. Guys, we're gonna wrap this one up short and sweet. Obviously, we got Bournemouth tomorrow lunchtime. Lawrence, early hours of the morning for you.
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning.
Bro,
I'm going to be up all night.
That's when I'm usually going to bed after watching Sunday Night Football for the NFL. Jesus Christ, I'm like. Anyway, Kawaja, score prediction.
I'm going to go for a stinky 2-1 Arsenal win.
Okay. Lawrence?
Yeah, I don't do predictions. Sorry, Carl. I just don't do them.
Have you got just a horrible feeling in your...
I don't. I mean, something tells me it's going to go all tits up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. Natster?
I'm going to go with an even stinkier 1-1. Because like what Lawrence is saying, I feel something's going to go wrong. I don't trust this manager. I don't trust these players, but I don't really blame the players fully. It's mainly down to this manager. We know this by now. And like this manager, I wouldn't even trust him to run my own bath. Never mind a fucking football club. So it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good at all, but we shall see in it. Early morning either way for you, Lawrence. Early for me. Well, at least personally anyway, because I'm not a morning person or noon person technically. But yeah, it is what it is. We move. And yeah, you better get over the line either way. So
he needs to. I'm going to say as Quadra. I'm going 2-1. Something tells me Max Dowman is going to bail this manager out of his incompetence again. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he went and scored the winner. Because...
Let's hope and pray that we might get own goals because we needed 2 own goals to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Oh, motherfucker, really?
Owen Gonzalez.
The last minute.
Last minute own goal.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll just rip everyone apart. Oh God. Anyway,
Rookies will have a
But
field
the 3 wins a win, guys. It doesn't matter. We still got the win.
at this
Yeah,
point,
we
yeah,
got super.
a win's a win, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. I don't.
We got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Like fuck, he does.
Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for jumping on. Much appreciated. Natsa, shout out your channel, mate, and what have you got coming up?
Yeah, big up, Carl. Thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure, never a chore, as I always say. Yeah, I will be doing a match reaction after the Bournemouth game. It will be in the evening time because I will be watching the game in the Boozer. Probably first time for a noon kickoff in a long time, to be fair. Usually it's more afternoon, evening. But yeah, there will be a match reaction tomorrow for sure. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably do if I don't do a preview, then I'll probably do a match reaction for the Sporting game. Is it on Tuesday or is it on Wednesday? The second leg at home.
Yeah, well,
It's in 4 days' time.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
So yeah, I'll definitely do a match reaction for that, and then after that, it'll be the dreaded fucking City game, which I'm not looking forward to one bit. But lot can happen in a week or so. So yeah, but yeah, thanks for having me on, Carl. Like I said, big up Lawrence, big up Quadra, big up Gianni, who's on there, and yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. Heads up onto the next, innit?
On to the next, exactly that. Lawrence, thank you for coming on, mate. Long time no see since you and I've been on the same panels. Thank you for coming on, mate. We'll get your Instagram link pinned in the chat at some point as well. Kawaja, big up to you, bro. First time you've been on my channel, so you know, gentleman and scholar you are. What have you got coming up on your side of things?
I'm just praying that we win tomorrow because I just want to get a win. I just pray we get us any win, Carl. If it's a stinky win, I don't care. Just give me the win and move on. We got Sporting next, right? Let's assume, right, we go like 3-0 up at halftime. I expect us to rest our players for Sporting because that's still a big game for us. We haven't gone through yet, Carl, because 1-0 is still not enough. So you better step up, players, and Mikel, with your tactics. Yeah, I don't see those shitty tactics. I don't see this haram football because we've been seeing this haram football going on for so long. Yeah, I just expect us just to beat Bournemouth. If we can destroy Bournemouth, listen, we can thrash any team unless the style of play. If we have a good style of play, we can destroy teams. But right now, I just feel like it's going to be a stinky win. But listen, I'm going to post my shorts on my football channel, Talks Football. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, mate.
Yeah. Okay, mate. No worries. Thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. Thank you to everyone that's been watching. We're getting out of here. The next show will be tomorrow afternoon. Quick match reaction on the Bournemouth game. Hopefully I haven't fallen asleep like I did to the Sporting game. And yeah, and then we'll try and think about doing a show on Sunday as well. Yeah, so that's what we got coming up. Everyone's been watching. Hype the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you are following all these guys, these three, and of course Gianni's as well. We're gonna redirect you over to Gianni, even though I can't redirect because I don't have that many subscribers yet. But just send them over there. Ruthless GOONER raid, and we're getting out of here. And remember, guys, take care, everyone. And remember, be ruthless, or like this manager hopefully will be replaced. Arteta out. Sayonara.